coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
I apologize to the callers. Just got stuck behind a bunch of important guests. Ron in Hawaii, you're on the air. Go ahead.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I've been here since 1968. I'm born in the military, Army brat. And these people are here in force, thousands of them. And they got brand new SUVs, everything. Then there's the other side, the gang guys. They're everywhere. And then all the cripples. It's like they just showed up. Bam, the last 2 months. Thousands.
So you're saying you're in Hawaii and there's the gang contingents, the folks that we're sorry for but are disabled, and then kids are in Hawaii?
Yes, thousands. They got brand new SUVs. They can't even drive. I ain't kidding.
I know. I've been seeing that around Austin. What do you think the cover is here? We know there's money laundering, drug dealing, mules. I mean, what else do you think's behind this total takeover?
Oh, they're trying to ruin us, just like you said. I never had the internet before. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad, see? And my daughter just hooked me up with this and your show, and I knew it was bad, but this is crazy. And these people over here, they got bugs all over them. I can see it crawling. I don't even like to ride the bus no more. The locals don't like to ride the bus no more here. There's thousands.
Man, it's crazy. No, I hear you. I mean, Latin America's poor and has a lot of bad things about it, but it's not that bad in many areas. It's that they're sending the most, absolutely destitute. And that's a poem about send me your poor, send me your unwashed or whatever, but that's not really what's going on here. I mean, that's not what built this country. And it's Cloward and Piven. That's why the socialists showed up in Marietta and said, we want Cloward and Piven. We have the video. I mean, they know what they're doing. And it's just game over, man, game over. If America doesn't turn the corner, and I see those Border Patrol, they're bossing citizens around to bring the illegals in. Now the Border Patrol literally has been fully converted to butlers for the illegals. And again, I'm not even demonizing the illegals themselves. They're just a tool, a weapon. But in the hands of the globalists, they are a weapon. Stacy in California, thanks for holding.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Yes, I am from Marietta, and I have been out at the protest every day, mostly doing night shift, and since before the first buses arrived. And I realize that you guys are having problems with the Border Patrol right now and the police department on the street there. I'm on my way there after this phone call, but just know that when there's no cameras around, the Border Patrol agents and the police department are completely on our side. They do nothing but thank us. I
know they know they're committing crimes. I mean, I'm sorry. The Border Patrol, I don't care if they know it's wrong. It is a crime under federal law to sit. I mean, I can't send my kids randomly to some other country. That's child endangerment. And all I'm saying is, but you're right. We don't want to turn this into an anti-Border Patrol, anti-police thing. Go ahead.
And what my point is that they have officially been placed on a gag order, and they cannot speak to anyone about anything anymore because too much information has been getting out. But they have told us, and they have told their commanding officers that if they're told to march on us or arrest us, they will stand down. So,
well, it's clear that that's what they've already decided that, and that's why they keep backing off. Usually the cops will just attack you. But they realize they are so in the wrong here that people are just ready for something to kick off, which I do not want. So I agree with you. I'm going to do some more overdrive, Stacy. I want to hear more from you on the other side. Then we're going to go to Lewis. Then we're going to go to Mike and Duke. and Carolyn. More Overdrive coming up. Stay with us. This is beyond radio. I mean, this is so real, folks. I just am so angry. What the globalists are doing, all the crimes they're committing, how they're eroding our freedoms, how they're establishing open tyrannies against us and shutting up Homeland Security for the American people while aiding Al-Qaeda. And then I don't like having to sit here and you know, cold-bloodedly say we can't take all these illegals. Because as humans, I feel sorry for them. But it's a globalist plan to manipulate those feelings in me and to bring down the country. And then I see the Border Patrol saying, get back, so they can bring the buses in. And I don't want to hate them or the cops that try to aggressively come over and say, get back, just because we're trying to be on the sidewalk. And, you know, I know the police and the Border Patrol, because we've talked to them, are really freaked out about what's happening. They know this means the country's collapsing. You've got the head of the Border Patrol union, the deputy head, saying they're under a gag order, says no agents, securing border. They were ordered to stand down 3.5 months ago. I mean, that is sensational. And still, we can't get it out in the news other than Infowars.com, DrudgeReport.com, WorldLentDaily.com, maybe the WashingtonTimes.com. And then when we report it, okay, New York Times goes, yeah, we're busting them all over the country. And then now they're building up so much in these cities, from Michigan to Texas, from California to New York, from Alabama to Washington State, that even Democrat cities are freaking out. People are going, man, there's 10,000 kids here and a bunch of men. And I mean, I went down to the hike and bike trail in the middle of nowhere where there's never people to take the dog last weekend. And I've been to Guatemala, and I had family that lived there, so I have a lot of Guatemalan, you know, machete and Guatemalan bags and stuff. And I said, I've seen that before. And I walked over and talked to the people, and I said, you from Guatemala? And they were like, see, Guatemala. And it was like a grandma in the water with a tin can and like woven string fishing, and they had bags. And I saw where there'd been a fire, and I was like, my God, there's people from Guatemala living on the hike and bike trail. And again, I don't dislike them as people. I have some of it on my iPhone, actually. But I realize this is an unlimited stream, a weapon. Because they'll end up, after a while, getting on the welfare rolls, getting into the system. And politically doing whatever the Democratic Party tells them to do. And this is the Republican Party helping kill the country. If you don't get it, folks, you use a tin can with a string tied to it, and then you can roll it, see? And that's a rod and reel with just the can. And again, this was a family with like 5 kids and grandma that fled Guatemala. And I totally get why they want to be here. But I guess they haven't paid the coyotes or whatever enough here in Austin that run the Democratic Party. Because if you don't pay them a bunch of money, they'll beat you over the head with a baseball bat or kill you and bury you in their backyard. I mean, they just dig them up everywhere with the Democratic Party, people's houses, and just get swept under the rug because they're really exploiting these people. You want to be honest about it. And then I kind of clicked this morning, maybe Glenn Beck's right. Maybe we do bring them soccer balls and teddy bears. But then that takes the moral high ground away from the Democrats that are causing all this. And then we point out, why is Latin America so corrupt? Why can't they be helped? And then point out what the Democrats are planning to do. I mean, maybe I'm wrong to say that's just a sick ploy or a stunt. But UC professor says immigration influx is about re-education of society and a permanent subservient class. And that's it. Who are under government control, so they're not independent. Stacy, you're saying you live there in Marietta. You're about to get off work and go down there. And you're saying you've talked to the Border Patrol and police down there. We've talked to them, too, in other areas of Texas, and ICE agents and emergency managers. What you're saying is true, but nevertheless, they're following the orders. And, again, we don't have long to stop this collapse. I don't know how long we've got, but the trains are more full now. There's more of them. And Homeland Security is now the collapse system. And this is clearly what Obama's planning to collapse the country, amongst other things. There's no doubt the socialists showed up with the Democratic Party and admitted that yesterday. in Marietta. We have the video, and it's just mind-blowing. It is mind-blowing. And to see this happening and to realize it's happening and to realize it's not going to help the people once the U.S. collapses, there'll be nowhere to run. Anyways, Stacey, anything else?
Yes. Well, I just wanted to say that after Tuesday, when we had turned the buses around successfully, I did go down to San Diego because I heard that's where our buses were being diverted. So I went to San Diego, and I went to a few Border Patrol stations down there to try to find out where they were going because I knew they're not being sent back to Texas. But I had found out that they were, after being spread around all of San Diego County, they had been now collected into one particular facility in Chula Vista at 311 Athey Street. They are being housed there, and this area is right on the border of Tijuana and San Diego. It's a very dangerous neighborhood. If you wave the American flag, it's like waving a target. So they know there will be no protest of anyone stopping buses from entering that facility. However, the disease and contamination that is spreading and is rampant is why they've